How long you been doing this?
12 years now.
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
Last week we had a new film that was released called Sound of Freedom, and it did really well at the box office, and it was doing a great job. It even was being compared to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So I wanted to go ahead and review it for you guys today so that you could get a little bit of idea what this movie is about. I gotta say, it's an eye-opener, and it's a must-see movie for anybody in America and anywhere. It's a very eye-opening movie to something that a lot of people just turn their eyes and look away at. Sound of Freedom follows Tim Ballard. He's a Homeland Security special agent that goes around and tries to arrest people that are distributing or possess child pornography. So it is his job to bring them to justice, and he does a really good job at his job, but it does take a lot of toll on his personal life. It's disgusting, the stuff that he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Many of us probably couldn't even do it, so it takes a special type of person to be able to do this. But something that bothers Tim Ballard is that even though he's capturing all these pedophiles, he's not actually saving any of these kids from these horrific lives that they have to live due to unfortunate circumstances.
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
So he decides that he wants to try to save as many children as he can. The movie starts off with him finding this one brother and sister, and the brother he's able to save. He's able to fool the person that has him, and he's able to save him, but he can't find the sister. So throughout the film, he's trying his best to find the sister, and meanwhile, at the same time, trying to save other children from this unfortunate circumstance that they've ended up being in. So he teams up with other people that have the similar minds like him, and he works with them to try to do what he can to get as many pedophiles to bring as many of the kids to him. By he opens his own little hotel where they can all bring all those kids, and it's really disgusting what they were going to play, what the front was, but at the same time, that was used as like a lure to bring in all the kids so that they can save them. So he's really good at his job. He's doing his best to try to find the sister of the brother that he found, because that's what he really wants to do. He wants to be able to reunite the brother and sister. But it takes a while for him because he has to learn the kind of behaviors that these people go through. He's got to go into some in-depth locations that nobody really wants to go to. And it's really crucial that people watch this film because it convicts you. Because a lot of people, when you hear something disgusting like this, you turn away an eye. You're like, it doesn't really affect me, nothing to worry about. That's wrong. There's wrong thinking. It does affect you. In fact, there's a lot of it going around in the United States. And it could just be a day, it could be a moment, and it could be just you. And if it was your daughter or your son that just had been kidnapped and was sold away to one of these pedophiles, wouldn't you do everything in your power to get them back? That's what Tim Ballard asks others. He said,
territory. No one goes in. Not the army, not the police, not us.
What if this was your daughter?
what if this was your daughter? What's your limit? Would you just back off, just be like, oh, she's gone? Or are you actually going to try to get them back? And that's convicting because everybody loves their kids and they don't want something like this to happen to them. So it's really important for parents and for grandparents and for young couples to see this film and understand the importance of this is a serious threat. And if people don't get on top of this, it's going to become worse than other things that have happened in the past. I mean, it already is one of the most growing crime networks in the world, this movie explains. And it's great that Angel Studios was able to bring this out and bring this front and center. And obviously, if you've seen the news recently, this movie's been accepted very well in the box office. It is doing amazing. And personally, I can't believe that some people are turning around and focusing on the actor's beliefs or it's based on a true story, so the real person's beliefs. I can't believe that they're looking at that. They're missing the important issue of this film is that this happens. Child trafficking happens, and it needs to be put to a stop at no matter what cost. This is really important for the governments of the world to see, and it's also important for just ordinary people to see so that we can support them by donating to groups like people like Tim Ballard who are willing to put their lives on hold to go save some of these kids. So it's just really great to see at the end of the film, like when kids get back together with their families and you hear them shouting praise and they're super excited that they're able to see their families again, and that's just the sound of freedom. These kids don't know what freedom's like. We are a blessed nation if you live in the United States or pretty much in any free country in the world where we don't have to ever feel what slavery is like. But there's more slavery today than there was even when slavery was legal before the Civil War in the United States. And that's sickening to think about. So it's very important that you watch this film just so that you get raise awareness and so that you can be on the lookout for ways that you can help these kids and other people who are fallen victim to this. Really great job from Angel Studios, a 10 out of 10. A side note is with this movie that you shouldn't really show it to kids. I don't think that that's a good idea. There's some language and it kind of makes it more realistic. If you've seen the movie Taken, it's like that, but it's more realistic and it's not about just somebody's daughter. It's about other children. So really important I wouldn't really show this to kids. There's some language and there's a little bit of violence. It can get kind of gruesome and graphic at some points, but nothing too nothing like R-rated or anything. But on a personal note, I wouldn't let anyone under like 16 watch this film. But then again, it's very important that this film does get watched. If you've seen the film or you plan on seeing it, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. And let's help raise awareness for this issue so that we can combat it and make it go away to the best of our abilities. Thank you for listening today. If you liked our video, please leave us a like and a subscribe. And have a great rest of your day.
Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to a child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.